3 days, 1 block of butter, a bit of pain, but this croissant or croissant in Greek, absolutely worth every effort. Let's do it. Originally French, famously flaky and soft, these croissants are a savage to get right, but you are in the right place and we're going to do it properly right now. Before we start, I just want to go through the process. It's going to be 3 days, yes, but don't worry at all. The most of the time is going to be inactive, meaning one day we're proofing, the next day we're laminating, and the third day we are baking. I have my recipe with sourdough starter, but you can avoid it and I will explain to you later why. First things first, butter. Good 82% European style butter. Remove it out of your fridge, let it room temperature. The rest of my ingredients are pretty basic. Strong white bread flour, butter, dry yeast. I used instant dry yeast. Water, room temperature. You don't have to do cold water. Some recipes call for it, but no need for that. I have salt and sugar, 1 egg, and a touch of double cream. Process very straightforward to start. Everything in the bowl, mix for about 10 minutes, rest, and then we make the block of butter. Let's go. I have a mix of white bread flour and plain flour. Don't forget, the ingredients are going to be down in the description. I have my sourdough starter, very active and in the right moment to get used. Dry yeast, water, butter. My butter is room temperature, salt and sugar, egg, and a touch of cream. And let's put it to work for about 8 minutes. Slow speed, and then we can increase it. After 3-4 minutes, you can increase it a bit. Yeah, I know I said this is so much to get right, but the reason I said that is because I've tried so many recipes and literally, especially in the beginning, it was so hard for me. I think I've done a few times, maybe like 3 or 4 of them actually collapsed. But that's why I'm making the video. I'm going to go through exactly what you can do to prevent that, and then what you can do to make them absolutely right. Saying that though, the sourdough. I put the sourdough just because I have it in my fridge and then I use a lot of sourdough at home anyway. The kids love it, but you can avoid it. The reason is, it's more for the taste. Yes, it will give you a bit more better structure, but it's more for the taste, meaning it's going to kind of offset the butteriness, the richness from the butter. The sourness from the sourdough is going to kind of offset it a little bit and then manage everything right. But if you don't have sourdough, don't worry, you can just skip this part and then everything is going to be fine. I've tried it before and it's absolutely perfect. My dough is mixing for about 4 minutes now. I'm going to increase it just a bit. Nice and smooth. I'll give it 2 more minutes just to ensure that the gluten is working properly. And we're ready. I'll put the butter in the microwave for 10 seconds just to ensure that it's soft enough to make it flat. I'll close it and I'll fold it. And then yes, some recipes are going to tell you make a square of 20 by 20 centimeters. That's great if you can do it. But I'm just thinking not everyone has a ruler or like a meter to just calculate everything. So we're going to go by eye for now, and then you will see that it's much easier as well. Just press it. Press it and press it. Now, turn it like that. Very slightly. Bring it towards the edges. So you need to ensure that it goes towards the corners completely. An even about 2 centimeters thickness and then a proper square. I would just say this square is about 15 by 15 centimeters. This can go in the fridge. Let's get the dough now. Let it proof in a warm environment for about an hour and a half. After exactly 1 hour, doubled in size. Have a look. Clean film. Over here. Cut. Cut. We're going to close it like this and like this, and then what exactly we're looking for is a nice beautiful rectangle, same style with the butter. The butter was square, this is going to be a rectangle. We need to have nice corners. Let's do it properly. Here's the butter, square. It needs to fit there. Imagine that this needs to go here in order to close and fold tomorrow. So this is what exactly we're looking for. Open up to here and then close it this way tomorrow. Just be very careful for these corners. You want it as precise as possible. And let's put that butter over here, it fits perfectly. Tomorrow we're going to slightly stretch it and then fold it. Day 2, here we are, lamination process. This is where the most people give up, but not here. I'll show you exactly how to do everything, so please don't worry, I will explain everything. I just removed the butter about 10 minutes in my kitchen. The timing is not important, what is important is the texture. So you see, it starts bending, but it's not too soft. This is exactly what we're looking for. You don't want it too soft, you don't want it too hard. The reason is if it's too hard, it's going to break inside the dough. If it's too soft, then it's just going to get squished. You don't want that. That's the perfect consistency. Let's bring out the dough and then we're going to start folding. In general, the croissant doesn't require too much flour. You would be tempted to throw in some flour, but try to use it as less as possible, please. So, first things first, the foldings. After we lock in the butter, which I will just show you in a minute, we're going to do 3 foldings. 3 single foldings. This is what the most of the bakers do, which is quite common, 3 single foldings. If you don't have much time, you can do the double fold. So, 3 foldings for us, 45 minutes rest in between. But if you don't have much time and you want to do only 2 foldings, you can do a double fold and a single fold. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, if you have no idea about foldings, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about right now. Let's dive in. Let's lock in the butter. In general, you don't want it to overlap. So here is perfect. Adjust it slightly and then close the sides. Small amount of flour. And then the most important stuff is, first, slightly tap it. This ensures the butter goes everywhere within the dough. So do that for another minute. Now, ready to press. When you press, you don't push down, you press outwards. So let me show you again. You press gently outwards. You don't press it down, like that. So you can see the guides helped me to make a nice 5mm thickness. Just like that, is even everywhere. Let's fold it. Now let me show you the single fold. We're going to do 3 of these. Single fold 1/3, 2/3 on top. It's actually called a letter fold, I think. Letter fold, yes. You go. In. And it closes like a folder, like an envelope, let's say. Now, if you work in a professional kitchen and then you have the lamination machine, the puff pastry machine, or something like that, you can absolutely go straight away and do the second fold and the third fold straight away. That's absolutely fine. Here we don't, and then because we use the rolling pin to keep on opening is the dough has worked a little bit too much. It has, the gluten has activated quite a lot. We need to rest it. I'm going to clean film it, 45 minutes in the fridge. 45 minutes passed, we're going to repeat the process. I know it sounds a bit hard, but if you want these layers, these crispy, soft layers defined, got to earn them. So let's do them. So placing the dough here, the layers looking up this way, and then we're going to open it up. Again, we're sticking with this 5 millimeters. Feel the dough. Feel the butter inside. If it's too hard, then just let it rest for a couple of minutes. You can also slightly tap it, just to make sure when you push it, the butter doesn't break, right? And again, slowly, not putting too much pressure, I open it. Have some patience, it will come nicely. Another folding. Wrap it, put in the fridge. I'll do 30 minutes this time because I don't want the butter to get too cold and break. So 30 minutes, and then if we see that it doesn't work or it's not stretching enough, then we put it back for a bit, but 30 minutes. Last folding completely, everything looks perfect. The layers looking great inside. Rested 30 minutes and ready to cut. Ready for the final part. We're going to go a bit thinner this time. We're going to go just about 3 millimeters. This is a well-rested dough. It's opening nicely. It doesn't stretch back. As I said earlier, if you think that it's springing back too much, then take your time. Put it 10-15 minutes back in the fridge. And then you will be rewarded. All the layers looking perfect inside. Nice and smooth. Last bit. 30 minutes, you guessed it right. 30 minutes, rest, and they were ready to cut. If it's too big, if it's too long, and then you don't have space in the fridge, just gently fold it, and then we open it later. The dough needs to be about 25 centimeters long and 8 centimeters wide. This is the perfect croissant size. I'm going to use this container. I'm going to cut in sizes of 8, and then I'm going to start with the 4 on the top side, and then continue with the 8 after that. So 4, and then 8, 8. This will give us the proper triangle. You see, from 4 goes to 8, and from 8 goes to 4. And yes, you can use a meter if you like, but I just wanted to show you what you can do without equipment. As you saw earlier, I used the guides to make the proper thickness of 3.5 millimeters, but you can actually avoid it. Here is the 3.5 millimeters exactly. And now the process is easy and straightforward. Just roll it without adding too much flour, just to ensure everything sticks together. Now add some water, make sure there's enough moisture, and cover it with cling film for 1 night. Day 3, final day. Removed from the fridge, and then we're going to let it proof for about 2 to 6 hours. I give you a big range here. The reason is because your temperature of the kitchen might be different from mine. Mine is going to take about 6 to 7 hours, to be honest with you. So I'll just drop them on the side, get on with my day, and I'll see you later on. What is important is not the time, the most important is the size. Sorry if that sounds wrong, but the size is important. What I want to go for is double in size and then slightly wobbly. We're going to check the wobble later. Please, if you have proofed bread before or something like that, don't go too high heat. So above 35 degrees is the maximum you can go. If you go above that, the butter is going to melt and everything is going to collapse, and I'm going to cry, and I'm going to come and see you and tell you, I told you don't go above 35 degrees, and now you have some croissants that they're flat. So please don't go there. I'll see you now a few hours time when these have doubled in size. Ready to finally bake. Oven has been set up to 190 degrees Celsius. Let me show you where we are with that wobble. Okay, I'm going to egg wash. You can do egg yolk if you like. I'm going to do straight on full egg. Very gently. For 190 degrees Celsius, I'm going to use for my oven, which is a home oven. If you have a professional, conventional, I think they call it, go for 175. 15 minutes. So 190 if you are at home, 175 if you are in the professional kitchen. 15 minutes though. 15 minutes though, and fingers crossed. Very, very pleased with that. I know you can't wait for the inside, I can't wait for it too. So let's cut it, let's reveal that honeycomb. Soft, flaky, and the kitchen smells incredible. This is usually the part where I'm tasting it and I give you feedback, but I'm not going to do it this time. I'm going to show you the interior and let you know that this is a proper amazing croissant. If you made it till the end, thank you for watching. Let me know down in the comments if you have any issues. And of course, when you make it, please tag me and show me some photos. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.